one time when I was witness, no joke. And I know you saw me, can I get a witness? Slowpoke at reacting, and I know what this is. Hindsight is 2020, oh my sickness. All the normal comments that are just wish lists. I ride without a part to piss in. Dressed up, no place to go, it's time for listening. The podcast on track, who gets the last slap, the strap on and settle in and have some fun with SNL.
Who's starting? I'm starting. Let's start
All
this.
right.
What's going on?
There You're extra excited.
Episode,
today.
I think, maybe 8. That sounds normal. Maybe, right?
Yeah, I think
know.
so. I think it's 8.
8
Pretty
sounds,
sure.
Yeah, 8 sounds right. We got Mr. Brian Godso.
Hello.
My man.
Mud.
Yeah. We got
All right.
what are we gonna talk about? What's going on, man? What's going on? What do you want to intro it?
Like a comedy bit or something, or like, what do you mean intro?
I just meant like what?
Put me on the spot.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. We're talking about characters. That's one thing. Because Godso's got this new
That
thing,
is
and we
true.
got Godso in the stew, as the cool kids are saying. So we can talk about that.
Oh,
Godso,
yeah,
your character. You don't think it did so good at the R-Bar?
No, it kind of ended up being more of a wet fart than anything else. Like,
Who said a wet fart's a bad thing?
I enjoy a good wet fart.
oh, the cleanup afterwards is, it's not something I look forward to, I guess. But
I don't dread it either, though.
I kind of feel like I know exactly where I went wrong too. Like I know what worked on Sunday, especially when you sent those clips.
Wait, hold up. What are you doing? What is the character? Break it down.
It's kind of like a creepy kind of guy. Like I wrote that morgue joke, and I'll do the voice in the morgue joke and sort of set the tone there. But it was basically born of that, and then the other material started working. It's kind of like, hey, I had this thought that, like, a fun place to find love would be a morgue. Because I want to date a doctor. Doctors work in morgues, and I think smart is sexy. But also, sometimes I can borrow her keys and have sex with dead people.
There's so much tension in it. There's so much waiting and awkwardness that, like, yeah, you're on the edge of your seat waiting to laugh.
I just picture him, like, shaking, sweat pouring down his face.
Yeah, a little emo Phillipsy. A little bit.
I'm here to entertain everyone. I just want to make people laugh and make a difference in their lives.
I can't not hear emo Phillips now that I've said that.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it's not entirely him. It's not entirely him, but it is. It's a lot like that.
You know, it is. I do. I can hear it now that you mentioned it.
And he's more of
love
like
emo.
a,
I think he's super underrated.
like
he's
a
one of the
lower
guys.
pitch kind of
I haven't listened
sadder.
to enough of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a little bit more like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Than he is. He's more like a serial killer's victim.
Like, I'm not going to kill you, but I'll probably sexually assault you.
It's a happy medium. For me, it's happy anyway.
Everybody gets something out of the transaction.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm alive.
Oh, Jesus.
Me too.
That's a good part of the deal.
Yeah.
That's what I get in the deal, right?
So are you gonna? I know, like Sunday After Dark, that your character went well,
Yeah.
and then it was very weird last night, or I guess we could say Saturday night for the people listening.
Yeah, at the R-Bar.
Yeah. What? So like, are you gonna reflect on it? Are you gonna?
Well, the more I think about it, because I was kicking my ass after that show last night, and like maybe unfairly so. But the more I think about, like it was a room full of comedians because all the karaoke people got fucking scared off, and I wasn't really doing the voice I thought I was. I just didn't have a good gauge on it. And it got into my head thinking like all these jokes I was saying, it would sound better if I just did it with my regular voice. So I'm thinking maybe instead of having that character, because I thought about just becoming that character on stage, but instead of that, just maybe compartmentalizing him, using him when he's like necessary.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would make it work better, but I would just enjoy doing that more. Like it would.
If you did like a Jekyll and Hyde, where you have the two different.
And it would be great if
every
things
once in
aren't
a
going
while,
well. It's almost like having an A set and a B set, except they're even more distinguished because it's this character.
Right.
If one character's bombing, bring the other guy up. Fuck it. Like that could really work
Well,
That could be a big advantage.
why don't we get rid of this guy, Mr. Serious over here?
Okay. You can work on that.
It might work. I don't know. I think it'd be cool.
Like a Jekyll Hyde kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that I was picturing, yeah. But, man, like, when you bomb when you're in character, and it's something that they said, because I was listening to the Let's Talk About Sets podcast,
Right.
and it just rings true, like, it is the loneliest fucking feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I got fucking heckled, and I didn't know what to do.
No, I just imagine like Godso in a dark fucking dank room and that song playing. Just,
Just a revolver pressed against my head.
It's so hard to do comedy.
I just wanted to make you forget about your hard day.
I had a great night on Saturday.
Yeah,
so fuck you.
You were riding some kind of fucking high. How'd that theater
That was
show
fun.
go?
It was really good.
Yeah?
It clearly went
straight
well if
through.
he was riding.
Yeah, straight through the show, like in nonstop. Everything hit for everybody, and that's part of the reason I didn't forget to record it because I tried to record it, but I
Right.
must have missed the button or something, or locked the phone, or I don't know. But I really wish I had the recording because it went so well that I want to criticize it because everybody was laughing at everything. There's no way I was that good. So I got the R-bar one.
Fuck off.
But in the R-bar one, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're
You
saying.
got
Yeah.
50 people fucking packed tight right on top of you.
That's
It's a great
awesome.
spot. It's
Yeah,
a great spot.
that's a great venue.
Mm-hmm. Where was I going? Shit.
You're saying there's no way you could possibly be that
yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah, legit. Nobody was as good as the applause they got. You know what I mean? The fucking crowd factors in. Like, big time.
Dude, when you walked in that R bar, it was like fucking Ray Liotta walking into the bar and Goodfellas. Like fucking
Just feeling like a bouse.
Rolling-
That's the fucking high, man. That's the high we're all chasing. Isn't
Rolling Stones is playing in the background. Like,
it? Yeah. I felt it. Thank you. But no, I think you were unfairly beating that setup, though. I mean, nobody did that well.
yeah, everyone kind of ate it a little bit.
Yeah.
Even-
Well, it was just cold, and all the comedians were at the front for once, and that was off-putting. Like,
It's because there was only comedians.
yeah, well, exactly. If they didn't, there'd be nobody.
I don't know who else was there that wasn't really.
2 or
There
3
was, like,
people tops,
yeah,
just,
I think there might have been, like,
stragglers.
15, 20 people there total, and half of them were on the show, and the other half just there.
Yeah, I said I mentioned this earlier. I fucking hate when RF laughs at a joke because I can never tell if it's sincere or if he's laughing like at my failure. Like you never know. He's such a smarmy bastard.
Well, he definitely was fucking cracking up over John Nesbitt. So
But maybe that's what put the seed in my head. The seed of doubt there. It's like, oh, if RF laughs, it doesn't count.
John
Got
Nesbitt.
it. What a set though. I just admire the balls to go up and do that.
I just-
One joke totally dies, and then he's like, "So shapeshifters are a real thing." Like, really, if you're gonna fucking do that, yeah, at least that's entertaining. If you're gonna bomb, at least be entertaining when you bomb.
it's like the Infowars Def Jam.
I don't know. I think that I think John got more
Yes.
laughs than we did, though.
Oh, he crushed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you should lean into it, actually.
just the cringe.
Yeah, just like fucking just go after weird conspiracy theories and just say things that are out there. Like,
Yeah, it was extra dark. It was extra out there, even for his standards, right?
Yeah,
He came over last night, and we were just shooting the shit for a little bit, and we were talking about the bit that he did about watching TV through the dude's window. And we were like, you need a better ending for that, but like the premise of that I think is funny.
Yeah.
And it could.
Like, he's got
I
to turn
think
it
it
to
could
something
work, yeah.
funny. Like, he's got to change the channel. Instead of, he was so non-specific with it, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you changed the channels too fast for my liking, but anyway. Any joke that ends with anyway is not good.
it was more like a police report than a joke, really.
Oh, good old John Nesbitt.
Yeah.
That actually, that joke got me to thinking, maybe John can answer this, or maybe you guys can. Because I have a theory, he's either one of two things. He's either, like, homeless or independently wealthy. Like, he lives in a bat cave or, like, a burnt-out warehouse or
He
something.
works for, like, 2 weeks at a time. Like, I don't know how anybody pulls that off. And he's always out and about, always doing stuff. He never seems to be... Like, if he's homeless, he's hiding it really well.
Yeah, like I have to assume that like the only reason he works is he gets bored every once in a while.
His
like,
parents got murdered in front of him, like no doubt.
He's
There's-
not.
He's Batman.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't say that he's not homeless, but I can't say that he is homeless because I've dropped him off in an apartment on a couple occasions, but I've never watched him go in. So like, I don't know if
He
he's
just
like.
lingers
I,
around.
I live here. I live on the corner of what apartment number?
He's,
It's the apartment number corner of this street and this street.
He doesn't trust you for
There's
some
no
reason.
number. So I dropped him. He left his phone in my car. I don't know if it was after the last set list or it was after a McGill show. I know that much. And I was like, oh fuck, I'll take him back his phone. So I walked down and I was like, I don't know which door to knock on. And it's midnight right now. I don't want to just knock on some random person's door.
He's
And so you didn't find out?
No, I just went back home and then I
Fuck.
messaged him on Facebook and said, I have your phone.
Mm.
I didn't want to. I'd be like, hey,
Oh,
not
yeah.
John. Okay. Sorry, I know I woke you up. While you
Yeah,
were-
nobody has anybody's cell phone number anymore, right?
I had his cell phone.
Right, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna fucking call him.
It's pretty much
Hey.
like Schrodinger's vagrant. Like nobody knows. I bet like when you dropped him off, he waited till you left, and then he like went through a chain link fence and like passed a board.
I just imagine he just crawls underneath the stairs and sleeps after you leave. Like, there's nowhere for him to go.
He's got like a sleeping bag that's made out of like space age polyfiber.
He says it's his apartment, but it's a flight of stairs.
He bumps enough money to get a gym membership. That's where he showers.
He just buys a
That's a
ticket to a
talented
different
bum.
like movie every day, so he could have some place to sleep for a couple hours.
Yeah, exactly.
What an amazing human being.
He sleeps in the gym. That's probably what he does. He goes in. He locks himself in one of the lockers.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can see it.
He just like snoozes eyes wide open during a spin class or something. Like, oh, he's pacing himself. We just we ignore him. We let him do his thing.
That could be it.
He's just wearing what he always like that coat and the hat. And...
He's got a fucking griddle out making breakfast and shit. It's just like, he's just warming up.
This episode of the podcast is called "What Does John Do?"
If anybody would like to answer,
Yeah, John, we should bring him in sometime and actually get to the
man.
bottom of this shit. That could be fun.
Let's talk about that email. That email that
Yeah,
we
we got a
haven't
weird,
talked about.
weird one. It's been sitting. It's been sitting.
sitting in the can for at least 2 weeks.
But it's a timeless classic, so we knew we could hang on to it for a while.
This, I gotta pull it up. I'm gonna pull up this email, and so we have again. If you want to send us an email, send us an email. We might read it on the air. Hey, Kijiji Canada. No, that's not the right email.
someone buy that VCR.
All right, right here.
Vape life.
This message is from, and I think for the safety of the victim, we'll say that her name is Annie, and her last name doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But it sounds a lot like a football player who plays for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, this is where you're gonna lose me, but
Could be anybody.
unless it's Gronk.
Oh fuck! God damn
It
it!
is.
Anyways, we
That's amazing that you.
the
All that monster energy finally fucking pays off.
Have you seen his stand-up?
Gronk stand up?
Oh, that's right. He did do something, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's the worst shit ever,
bet
but
you.
it's so good.
Wait, has he? Well, actually, I don't know. Has he?
I would
Yeah,
say
he had this. He actually has a show, I think, where he brings up like actual comedians, but he hosts it and he'll do a few minutes at first. And like the bit that I saw, because they brought it up on like another radio show, like he's just coming out there and he's like, yeah, I go out to the club. People be buying me shots. People be buying me drugs. If I'm gonna get a shot, it better be a B12 or a flu shot. I got a season to go. Like it's just like shit like that, and he's always winning. He's like, I bring chicks off the DJ booth. Ah! It's awful.
That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
Well,
You know,
anyway.
there's a fucking the Colts old punter, fucking Pat McAfee. He was like he's just known for being a big mouth. He did a comedy thing that was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a weird jump, sports to comedy.
I would say.
Yeah.
But he was always just a weird one. He got in a lot of trouble with the law early in his career and kind of straightened himself out a little bit. But
That
he always,
doesn't
I'm just saying,
happen.
he always had like a rough edge, so it makes a little sense for him.
It's a pretty rare
Cool.
story.
Is a cool guy. Cool guy.
Nice. Anyways, we'll get back to this email topic.
Yes. Sorry.
So we got an email. Her name's Annie, and this is what the email says. First off, big fan of the show. If I could suck both of your dicks.
Why you laugh? Why you laugh?
Wait.
Look at the spike when he laughs.
Just wait. Okay, if I could suck both of your dicks, now in brackets, virtually, of course. But course is spelled wrong. It's spelled coarse like rough.
Yeah.
So she's coarsely sucking our dick.
Dry with a lot of teeth.
My mouth is virtually like sandpaper.
So, virtually, of course, I would. It's going to be difficult to be that well hung and be that funny at the same time.
No, the two go hand in hand, actually.
And the S&M, quite the trifecta. Hope to hear a shout out on an upcoming episode from you boys. XOXO Annie G.
That's 2 kisses and 2 hugs, so we each got one.
Yeah.
That was very thoughtful.
What's the letter for blowjob? BJ.
Yeah. XOXO BJ.
That sounds completely legit to me.
I think so.
I think you should follow up on that.
That's what my thoughts were too.
That's a Christmas
100%
episode right there.
Legit. Yeah.
Let's lay out the facts here, though. What do we know about this woman?
So this is what we know about Annie G.
Okay.
We know that the Sunday After Dark page had a new fan, and the reason we know this is because it has so few fans that we know all of them by name. So
we call them the Laughter Dorks.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. That's hashtag Laughter Dorks at Laughter Dark.
Yeah, making it happen.
Anyways, so we got a follower named Annie G, some hot chick. Based on the picture, not to say that Annie G is.
I'll do that later.
I think she's lying.
Whoever's behind the account.
No, I want you to see it. Go ahead.
See if I can find her.
Here
Yeah,
on the video. We'll just right here. We're gonna put a picture of her face.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, how fucking bad that
Easy
would be
peasy.
if that was a real person, and you're like, what the fuck?
Hey man, it's public. I can do what I want with that.
Anyway, so yeah, Annie G follows us on the Laughter Dark page. And we're like, okay, some person, who is this? I don't know. No big deal, whatever. Then we get that email to the podcast, and we're like, wait a minute, that's the same name. So then we do some snooping on her on Facebook again. And I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed for sure. First thing I noticed, one mutual friend, Jonathan Nesbitt.
That fucker.
Right back to John.
That's
just like that.
interesting.
That is where he makes his money.
He's like a cam girl. He just puts up that picture, and then you get on the camera, and it's him.
He goes from you like, okay.
You'd be surprised at the success rate of that.
You thought
Sitting in like a full pink room on like a princess bed, and he's like, "What are you? You on a private show?" Or?
It instantly goes from when you think it's going to be chatterbait to chat roulette, and you're like, no. Some dude's just like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, what am I looking at? He tucks his dick and balls between his legs, and he just like.
Do you want to fuck me? I'd fuck me.
That's he does. He has a cardboard.
Not Lady John.
He has a cardboard. A cardboard cutout of himself with his dick tucked between his balls, and there's a hole between his legs.
We are running John through the ring right now.
Oh, yeah, he just fucks the cardboard cutout of himself.
This is my waifu.
Or he's got a blow up doll, but it's got a picture of his face on his face.
Or it's like a blow up sheep. Same idea.
I would do that.
Still his face on the face.
But he's got it like in a way so it's looking back at him.
It's still his face. All we see is the body of a sheep, his face.
John, you're being a bad girl.
We've put a lot on John here. Okay, but let's get back to this. What? I guess that's it. But so we think it's probably John. It's got to be John Nesbitt.
We're calling him out on
It's
the
a
air now.
ruse. It's all a ruse.
We're just thinking that he was sitting at home and he's like, oh, I would cyberly suck both of your
Listening to
virtually
Underneath the stairs,
I'd
With
virtually
S&M.
suck both of your dicks.
stealing someone else's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, whoever lives in the apartment above John's stairs, please change your Wi-Fi password.
No, he doesn't have Wi-Fi anymore because they changed their password. He told me that last night. He said he knocked on his neighbor's door and asked if he could have the Wi-Fi password. And I was like, Jesus Christ. So these jokes that you do are probably legit. They're not, he literally probably was sitting outside someone's window just watching them. He wasn't watching TV. He was watching them watch TV, which is weirder.
Just like shouting from across the street, NCIS! Channel 5!
Throwing pebbles on their window.
Buys a universal remote and sets it up himself. That's the logical next step.
They got the good
He
HBO.
just climbs through their window when they're at work.
Yeah.
He programs his remote.
I always thought there's a house right by here that it used to be a store, obviously, and the whole front is glass. It fucking weirds me out. I can't help but watch them watch TV.
Is it the
It's-
one right on the corner?
Yeah,
there?
like a block.
That's the
from
one
here,
that he
not
was.
even.
Or which one?
Pro-
Or wait, the one that's like literally right on the corner of
Yeah.
Charlotte and Duke.
Yeah.
That's the one he was talking about. He
Of
said
course
that's what
it
inspires
was.
that joke. Is because
You
he's
really
like,
can't help it with that fucking house,
you walk
though.
by- I
Well,
know,
to be
like-
fair, that's a compulsion. Anytime you see TV
Yeah.
going on, I'm like, what are they watching?
I always just I think it would be hilarious if they were like watching porn. Yeah, that's what I want to see them watching. Just because it would be hilarious.
obviously that's the best result.
Now
Yeah,
we
just like a giant fucking 50-inch with just like clitoris being broadcast in the street.
I feel like Blush
Just
could
pounded.
use some windows. That's what I'm saying here. Blush should probably have some more windows.
Well, I used to have strippers that lived next door,
All right.
and one time I saw one of them fucking some dude against the stove, and the window was open,
Oh, nice.
and I was like, "Hey, Pat,
Show's on.
they're fucking with the blinds open," and I didn't realize that our window is open and their window is open, and all of a sudden it's just like,
Just get like a knock on the door. You're like, that's gonna cost you $50.
$50. I can get a lap dance for $20. I gotta pay $50 to watch them. Fuck.
It's a little bit of a markup.
I don't think that's a win.
It's not.
I can cover
wouldn't
my
accept that.
pants if I'm getting a lap dance.
Can you? It's Blush.
Oh, that's okay. Trust me.
I can make it happen.
I just spit everywhere. I have trained myself well.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
The only
Fucking-
action you get is through the pants actions. You're like, well, I gotta adapt.
I'm a
Adapt to
dry
survive.
humping master.
All deep voice and
No, like-
sexy. Girl, I'm gonna dry hump the shit out of you.
You ever like brushing by someone in public and and all you gotta do is
That'd be fun to do just to freak people out, like on the bus and shit. Just like somebody bumps into your front, you're like, ah! Have tremors after. Like, ooh, that was good.
So,
or if you had something in your pocket, so you just kind of like squeezed it and they just saw like a wet.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
we could trade numbers again, right? Like that seems like the right thing to do.
You just slip her your number. Don't even just.
Can I
that
see
was
you again?
good. Yeah, again. That's the day I stopped being able to use St. John Transit.
I didn't know she gave it up on the first date.
Who doesn't these days, though?
Well, that's why
Magic.
that's why we have Tinder.
Mm,
Not that I would know.
I don't play that game either.
Good old Tinder.
I'm on Tinder Challenge right now with Ian, actually, for our show.
What's that?
We're basically seeing who gets more likes at the end of the week for no particular reason.
On Tinder.
Yeah.
I think Ian. Well, actually, Ian's old as fuck. Neither are you gonna get. What?
No, it's going to be a pretty dry run for both of us, I'm sure.
I'm just trying to think of who would win, and I'm
Have
having
you
a hard
set
time.
the age to old as fuck?
Yeah, you wide open, man. Men, woman, all ages, 0 to 99.
That's from 50 to 75. I figure that's a fairly good range, you know?
Hey, speaking of Tinder, I'm gonna read this because I matched with this chick the other day, and her bio says I have a gun,
Well,
Oh.
yeah, cool.
and her job is women's collective coordinator. So
Oh.
I commented. I wrote her. I said, "What's a women's collective coordinator? Do you coordinate who collects women?" And she never replied to me.
Well, she didn't unmatch yet, though.
No, that's true.
Just trying to figure out what level of creepy that is.
Playing the long game.
Oh, fuck. I messaged another girl one time. I don't know why I said that, but I said, "Can I call you Jesus?" But I don't know why I said that.
You definitely had a punchline ready, and you just forgot all about it, if I were to guess.
That's where I
I'm
fucking
assuming
crap
that
out
maybe
with
she
that
said
shit.
something that made me think that in like her bio or something.
Like they tell you not to do the thing I always do, which is just like, hi.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay, her bio says carefully written, fact-checked essay in the streets, unmoderated comment section in the sheets, French, English,
Swipe left.
Snapchat, whatever, Instagram, whatever. Also, yes, I work at H33 as a civvy. Stop asking. If I look familiar and you're military, I probably am. Why I don't know why though. I said, "Can I call you Jesus?" I really, that's probably why
You
she
had to be
never.
setting her up for something.
You should have said thank you for your service.
Hey, that's an
That's
easy.
probably why she never replied to me because I said that. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
She looking to get some military dick by the
That's,
sounds of it.
She Mexican or
Anyways, that's
not to turn the show into that kind of stuff.
that's my.
We've been down that road before. We don't need to go back there.
Those are the only decent Tinder messages I have. Everything else is, hey, DTF. No,
Easy peasy.
I bought it.
That's how
I
you
bought an
gotta go about
iPhone. I bought an iPhone on eBay once, and the guy who I bought it from didn't factory reset it, so all of his shit was still on it. His Facebook
Oh shit!
and his Tinder and all that shit.
Anything
like
good?
that.
Anything,
I
any
snooped
juicy
through
gossip to
everything.
tell?
He had an email that was just full of nude pictures of a bunch of chicks that would email him nude pictures.
Save to SD. Save to SD.
And then I thought that was funny. And then at his Tinder, every chick, he was just like, "Hey, DTF, hey, DTF, hey, DTF, hey, what's up? Hey, DTF, hey, DTF." And most of them were like, "Fuck off, creep." there was a few that would be like, "Okay, what's let's meet
Wow.
up," or some shit like that. And I was like,
No,
text me or whatever. And I was like, Jesus.
I guess that's
Christ.
If
kind
it
of
was
a
like that-
numbers
But
game.
If
After
I
all.
He
could
was
do
from-
that,
he was from
I would
Toronto,
be down with
right?
Tinder. It's when you fucking fake it and make this big long fucking conversation
Well,
about nothing, where you're just trying to impress someone. It's like,
he
why
was,
don't I just do that in real life? I would have more fun.
Yeah,
Like,
that's.
He was from Toronto, so I think that the population you're allowed. You can do that.
Oh, I
There's
got
only
the.
But
seven
really, if
peop-
it was
there's
honest, if it was like, hey, I want to fuck tonight, and they're
There's
like,
only
yeah, I'd be
seven.
like, all right,
there's only
that's fair.
7 women in St. John.
What? No, really?
6 maybe. I don't
On-
know. Legal age.
On Tinder, you mean?
I think you're
No,
massing
no.
it
Oh
off.
fuck! I didn't realize what you were
was
doing.
being
I thought you
slightly
meant like there were.
sarcastic, but
I did get the best Tinder message ever when I was in Toronto, though.
you're
Didn't know whether or not to fucking yeah, fuck you. But just basically out of nowhere, I'm like, hey, what do you like to do? And she's like, read poetry in the middle of a field naked,
Slap.
drinking wine.
Oh wow!
was her name Annie G?
You know what? I don't remember. I knew like one of two things could happen if I answered that, though. I ended up not. But if I could have gone there, and either would have been the greatest night of my life, or I'd be in a freezer in pieces. And I was kind of leaning towards the latter.
I don't think so. I think she was trying to impress with that line. I think
I'm
she
gonna
was-
be
That was
honest.
kind
gone
of
for it.
specific.
I think
Yeah.
the only way people would get you in a freezer is in pieces.
Oh, thanks.
Only a deep freeze, God.
Oh, there's that self-confidence flooding back.
Well, no, I'm just safety first. If you see a deep freeze, get out. But a regular freezer is not gonna. Don't worry about it.
Well, even in pieces, you're gonna need another fridge.
You know, you need a deep freeze. A big
We-
fucking
We gotta cook it all up front.
dry it and cure it. Put it in bags. It's the only way.
Use all this oil, make candles.
God so bacon.
Yeah,
God, so
nice thick.
That's looking good. We should go on a flight over the mountains sometime.
Stay away from my applewood.
Anytime I go anywhere dangerous, I'm bringing you with me just in case. Just in case I need something to eat.
Like anytime you're traveling with a Brazilian soccer team over the Andes.
He got the reference.
Where'd you get these tickets?
I'll have to become a soccer star, but that's
yeah,
okay.
Brazilian soccer teams are good at plane crashes.
They do it a lot.
Or what? I thought it was
Good. How do you get? I'm really good at it.
there was a Brazilian soccer team that died like a year and a half ago, right after we started doing comedy.
Yeah.
That was a different one.
Is that
Yeah.
what?
Oh yeah, the other
'cause
one was
I
way
wrote a
back.
joke.
Is that
I
what
was
influenced you to start comedy? Huh?
Yeah, this
I had this one great joke, and I could only tell it in a
did.
comedy setting.
I did write a joke about it. It was I read in the newspaper that the Brazilian soccer team died in a plane crash, but then I realized that it wasn't the good Brazilian soccer team. And then I was like, that's like if some basketball team from Bathurst died in a bus crash.
Oh, I remember that.
And I never said it on stage because I was like, I do not want to.
Yeah.
Bathurst liked me. They thought I was funny, so I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to run that.
I remember you told me it before Bathurst, and you were
Yeah,
asking
I'm
if you
gonna
should
try
do it.
that.
I'm pretty sure I said yes.
Always
Travis,
yes.
because Travis had a good one about it too.
I don't remember. I know he made fun of the accent right off the top, and they didn't.
No,
like
he
that.
didn't.
I don't
He didn't
remember.
say the joke. He had a funny joke though about the
Oh,
Bathurst
okay.
thing, and that he didn't. We both cut ours out.
Well, fuck. Let's hear it.
Travis.
I don't think he'll mind it.
Something about I felt a little nervous driving to Bathurst during the winter because the last time you guys, the only time you were ever in the news was about someone driving in the winter or something.
That's just
like that.
point blank. That's.
I probably butchered.
Hey, remember that
Travis's.
thing
like-
that? Yeah, probably it's a little off, but still.
Sorry,
It's like,
you
hear
remember
about
that
this?
thing that happened?
You read about this? You hear about this?
Marky Mark as a paper boy.
Come on, get your paper. It's got robot cars in it.
If we still had those, oh my god. I
I'm telling
do
you, they're out there.
Oh man.
What else do we want to talk about?
Yeah,
I think we should discuss Mike McDonald a little bit, huh?
yeah, we probably should. talk
Yeah,
about
we
it.
gotta pay our respects. I got to interview him once.
Oh, no
It was
way.
cool. He was really nice.
What is for when you were in school?
When I was in Sussex, when I was working my internship over there,
Okay.
and
What was he doing in Sussex? Was he in Sussex? Or
yeah,
was
he was
just-
playing the All Seasons, 4 Seasons, something like that.
Was it a Shane show?
I don't think so. I don't know. At that point, I wasn't tuned in, so I don't really know. But yeah, he was nothing but nice, man. I was kind of a mess, and I didn't really know what the fuck I was talking about. And he, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you can tell when somebody's getting impatient with you, and then you can hear they start coming out stock lines, not actually answering questions, just saying shit to sell the show, you know. But he didn't do that. It was a real conversation, and he was really nice about it. I wish at the time, like I was thinking about getting into comedy at the time, but like not seriously. I wish it was just a little later in my life that I got that chance to talk to him because I could have had such better questions. But yeah, I know it's too late.
That was we were in I was in the green room when it was right before the show started at Yucks. We were in the green room and Ian Black was just on his phone and he just looked up and it looked like he saw a ghost and he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what? And he's like, Mike McDonald just died.
Shame.
And it was such a weird thing to hear right before you gotta go out and act all like nothing.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
You didn't
Why-
hear anything like that?
Really, Ian should have kept that till the end of the show.
Maybe, but I mean, it's
I
whatever.
would have. I would have not mentioned it until after.
But it kind of. I didn't see their set because I had to leave.
Okay.
But
For the armor.
it didn't. Yeah, it didn't affect. It didn't affect Ian. He still killed. It didn't
Yeah.
affect me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it wouldn't. But
And then I did see a video. The Yuck Yuck St. John posted a video of. It was Garrett, Clark, Catherine Robinson, and
yeah,
Ian.
yeah, I
They
saw
all went
that
up
too.
on stage and they salute, cheers to
Fuck yeah.
Mike McDonald's.
Well, hey, speaking of which,
Salute.
yeah. It's kind of like a red wine
Barefoot.
champagne. You gotta.
That's why they gave it free with bottles of whiskey.
It's really weird, man.
Because it's the
bubbly.
good shit.
It's bubbly. It's 9.5% though, so I'll deal with it.
Ooh.
You're like, yeah, it's fine.
Where's my paper bag?
He was always one of my favorites whenever, like when I was growing up watching Just for Laughs. Or like even those rare appearances on like Air Farce and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like he was the face of Canadian comedy as far as I'm concerned.
growing up,
Yeah.
I think.
When I was a kid, I remember seeing him, and I always would see Russell Peters. Those were the two that I used
Yeah.
to always see, like somebody gonna get hurt real bad or whatever. Just you'd
Yeah,
always see
yeah.
those clips, and I'd always just see shit like that.
Back
And there was nobody. They were the only
Just for
two
laughs.
Oh, Majumder and
that I really.
dude in Half Baked. Not Jim Brewer or Dave Chappelle or Scarface, but the other guy.
Mm,
The guy in jail, the kindergarten teacher. On the tip of my brain.
IMDb.
Yeah, that's Jamie. Let's look this up.
Yeah, look that shit up, Matt.
All right, I gotta multitask.
Which, by the way, he did an entire comedy special in the desert.
What?
This guy, yeah, like-
How did that go? What was that like?
It's insane, actually. It's weird to watch. There's a
I
part
bet.
where like birds are squawking at him, and he's like yelling at them like they're hecklers. He's like, "Get out of here!"
That's great. I would like that part at least.
All right, so who is it that you were talking? Oh, Highland Williams.
Yeah, Harlan Williams.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say who was it that you were talking? As soon as I looked down, I was like, okay, I know you're talking about.
Tip of my brain,
Yeah.
but I just
Harlan
couldn't
and
think.
Sean were kind of more like TV personalities. They were always hosting shit and
Yeah,
yeah. As far as pure stand-up comedian, it was Mike McDonald, though. I think.
yeah, Mike and Russell Peters. Yeah,
As far as touring guys who were in Canada at the time, like this would have been
Yeah.
like mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Those were the two Canadian guys.
that's one of the flaws of our system is nobody seems to give a shit unless you make it down to the U.S. because they're like, if
That's
you're
the
so
thing,
great,
yeah.
why don't you live in New York?
I think right now it's K. Trevor Wilson. I feel like he's
Yeah.
almost like he's becoming the face of Canadian comedy because Letterkenny is making him a household name.
And roast battles.
Well, yeah,
help
Roast-
too.
yeah.
Roast battles helped boom him in the U.S. as well, I think.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like other than that, there's not really that many Canadian comics that are working in Canada that people know.
It's a shame too because we got fucking shitloads of talent.
Yeah.
Like that lineup at Chuckles every month is fucking killer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
except for this month, I heard someone's opening.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm already- Just wait till you hear that voice.
Oh man.
We got a great evening of comedy for him.
Please do that.
Give it up for our headliner later. He's really funny. He does crowd work.
Do you guys know what crowd work is?
Just explain it in detail, like
Sir, do you know about crowd work? You see, sir, what crowd work is when I ask you a question to bring you into the show, could you answer it? What you're doing right now? That's successful crowd work.
when I did the album recording, on the first show, I was struggling to I was trying to open a bottle of water while I was talking.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys in the front row was like, "You want a hand?" And I was like, "Sure." And I handed him the bottle of water, and he opened it. And I was like, "Thank you." Crowd work, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good.
Nice.
And then just went back into my material.
This one guy, the last Chuckle show I did about a year ago. Back then I had this bit where I took my shirt off and said I'd make a great bear. And this guy was eating wings. He was just fucking dying. I'm like, you didn't get any chest hairs in that, did you? Like, everything's okay. And then I just kept coming back to him, like, you almost done there? Like that's a whole pound. Like, wow, you're really putting that away. Like,
I loved how you got an honorable mention without actually being named at Hubcap. I was telling you about it.
I don't
Yeah.
know what is that. I don't
oh,
know
I'm
about
so
that.
proud about that.
So last year he did that bit where he took his shirt off at Hubcap,
Yeah.
and then this year they're like just a few rules. One, this is being filmed for radio, so if you want to make it on the radio, you should probably be clean.
Mm.
Two, don't take your shirt off.
I made a rule.
Yes.
And I think that those were the only two that they really kind of I guess gave a shit about.
The thing about that
That's
bit too,
incredible.
like the reason I fell in love with it was like I did it a couple of times. It did okay, but I did a benefit show the first time I worked with Nikki Payne, and that was my closer, and she was dying off to the side, like so much so like I did a guest spot in front of her at Chuckles once, and I'm like I'm not gonna do it again. I want to move away from the bit, and she's like, you should have done it.
Mm.
She's like, if they didn't laugh at you without your shirt on, like they don't know what funny is.
That's funny.
That's harsh. That's a little harsh too.
Well, thanks, Nikki.
Fuck.
Your horrific body is fucking hilarious.
What were we?
It's like a trash bag on
Oh
legs.
yeah. Oh, I was gonna tell you too. Ron Vaudry. That's who you opened for.
Yeah.
You forgot his name on
Oh.
your episode of fucking Brian and Ian don't know anything.
A little embarrassed about that too, because like
That's good.
Rom
That's
was
good.
great. Like Rom was great to work with. He was great to hang out with, and like the fact that I forgot his fucking name.
We'll tag him in it. Brian remembers his name on the next episode of fucking Brian and Ian gotta do this or whatever the fuck it's.
I like how
Ian-
begrudgingly
Ian-
you said the name. You're like,
Ian
I
and
guess I'll
Gossip.
say it right.
I love.
Thank you for plugging my podcast, man. That's...
I think while we're talking about that anyway, you guys did your infamous top 5.
Yeah, there we
Let's
go.
Controversy.
What do you think, Sam, of naming the top 5 that didn't make the top 5?
Me? You want me to do
We
it?
could
For
both
top
name
5
it if
people?
you
Well,
want.
I'd have to rehear the top 5 first. Break it down.
Oh fuck! I gotta look it up.
You don't remember?
Jesus.
Okay, I can tell you.
This shows how important this is.
I
Sam.
can tell you who your top 5 was.
All right.
That's how well you remember. Your top 5 was.
I was putting on the spot for this thing, by the way. That
Your-
motherfucker.
Mark's Flute was number 1.
Right, which he would be.
Yeah,
Shane was number 2.
was number 2, and then you said Arif.
Right,
You followed Arif up with the Reverend Brian Giles,
right,
and then you closed it out with Ben McDonald.
right. Which actually, when you say it, that actually sounds like a solid list.
Why would I say it?
I because when I say it, I'm just like fucking like I got a gun to my head when I'm doing it because Ian pulls that out of nowhere. But like when I hear somebody else, I'm like, yeah, no, that actually makes sense.
All right, so
Sorry,
let's,
John.
let's do the top. Let's do the. All right, I'll give you my top 5 that didn't make the top 5.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So number 1 is.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Number 2 is.
Mm-hmm.
right,
Gotcha.
Number 3 is.
right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Uh,
Lovely lady.
It's good to get the diversity.
Number 4 is Chris
Need that
Hovey.
diversity.
Or no, not Chris Hovey. Sorry.
Okay.
No,
And
absolutely.
then. And then John Ford rounds out the.
Oh.
Then he steals that number 5 spot.
I find despite there's a lack of diversity in your list.
Oh, you want me to bring? We don't have any other diversity. We only have one brown person who already
Anthony
made
Bryan?
the list. Oh, he doesn't count.
Are you kidding me?
I've never seen him come. He has never left Fredericton.
Camille Garceau?
She doesn't even live in New Brunswick.
She's gonna be a doctor.
She moved away.
She has a way better life than any
Also,
of us
she's
are ever
French.
gonna.
You didn't name one non-binary. Remember lesbian Kurt Cobain? You didn't fucking put him on the list. I mean, Drake's turning into Ellen DeGeneres all of a sudden, so he should be on the list.
Oh,
Drake's
fuck.
kind of like if like Ellen and Drew Carey had a love child.
Jesus Christ, that is spot on. That
I'm
made
gonna
me
be
wanna throw
honest.
up a little. It was so accurate.
I kind of want to cut out my bit because I don't feel comfortable plugging those 5 people.
Why?
But I do want to say
Because you weren't diverse enough?
Yeah.
You bigot?
All right. So let's be diverse. Okay.
this guy.
My diverse.
I thought this was a woke podcast.
All right.
It is fun with S&M. You think we'd be a little bit liberal.
My diverse podcast. All right. So we got Ian No Testes at number 1.
This is news to me. What?
Does he not have testicles? Did he share that with you in confidence?
No, Testy and Esty just rhymes. So
Oh,
that's what I was
okay.
trying to do. It's called.
I see.
It's some terrible.
It's called wordplay.
wordplay.
Do you guys know what wordplay is?
No, could you explain it to me?
So wordplay is when you play with words
Oh.
in a funny way.
No.
Oh my god.
Take, for
You
example, the
fucking-
double entendre.
I just heard this. This is when we're bringing out the bass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Fresh.
Like a Les Claypool on that microphone.
Anyways, no. Let's say, all right. If I'm being, I don't even want to honestly give it top 5.
Well,
That
I
didn't
was.
make the
I
top
got.
five.
Well, then
4/5.
dishonestly give a top 5.
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
I already did this. Honestly, give it top 5.
All right, I think we've gone past. I think we've made our point that lists are stupid, and if I was to really make a top 5, it would just be only me. It would just be nobody else. Nobody.
It'll be
competes.
you.
Nobody.
Well, that's
fights.
because you're
Nobody
the
comes close.
Size of 5 people.
Yeah, so I get to. I divvy myself up. My right arm is funnier than you. That's what I'm saying here. It's 1/5 of me.
Also, you know that Ben McDonald does not live in St. John, right?
Yeah, but he neither does the Rev.
Yeah, but the Rev is part of the St. John scene.
Ben gets up here too.
Ben does get up here, but he has a home scene. There's no home scene in Calais. So he's just
So we've adopted him.
yeah. He
He's
just
like the red-headed,
yeah.
snidely whiplash job.
Ben is like the neighbor that comes over to play sometimes.
Hey, You guys doing comedy?
Giles was just homeless, and we were like, "Oh, that's okay." He was a wild stray, and we brought him in. We fixed him.
He was the first John Nesbitt.
We brought him in, and we cut his dick off. And...
The OG John Nesbitt.
Ben is just like, he's like Ben is your neighbor who's coming over and he tries to fuck your daughter. That's who Ben is.
That is literally who Ben is. that is Ben's personality.
He doesn't try. He does fuck your daughter.
Hey,
if you have daughters, don't let them around Ben now.
I just kind of noticed that your daughter's door's open. I just go say hi. You say hi. Just a little hi. And shut the door. If you hear any knocking, don't come in.
Oh, fuck. You know, I'm not going to give it top 5.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If Godzo's an asshole for doing a top 5,
yeah,
if you ask me.
I'm a real prick.
You are. And to leave John off of it.
I know.
Nesbitt, not forward.
John, if you're listening, if I was to do a top 50, you'd be number 35 with a bullet.
You'd be an honorable mention for sure. I guarantee you.
That's good. I struggled too. One time I was trying to think of if I could name 20 people that haven't been booked at Yuck Yucks that deserve to be booked at Yuck Yucks. And then I was like, I can't rank
Put your
these.
hand down.
I can't rank these in order. And then I hit like 18 and I was like, okay, now I'm really reaching.
Well, speaking of being booked at Yuck Yucks.
Oh, segues are
Yeah.
Matt, yeah.
You see what that was? That was a segue. So when I want to go from one topic to another,
you ride a Segway.
you just get on it and you crank the handle and you go to topic number 2.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that again.
You stoked or what? Like, how you feeling? You're gonna host, right?
Yeah,
that's weird, eh?
Get to MC. Not really, because like the way it's different because they have the ladies and gentlemen, blah, blah,
right?
blah.
Yeah.
Your MC for the evening, and then everyone's like, woo! You don't just like casually walk up.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi. Okay. I'm talking. We're gonna.
The music's been cut for like 20 seconds before you get to the stage, so everybody's just.
It's like you've co-opted my hosting style.
Hello. Okay, I'm just gonna start telling jokes now. All right. Okay. Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how open mic hosting goes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Just a second.
Are you ready to laugh?
I have this bit planned, and I don't know if I should do it. I think it would be hilarious.
Right.
So, I was talking to Ian Black, and he said that they do 25 minutes. So they do 15 off the top, and then they usually do 10 in between.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to do it.
But I was thinking that it would be hilarious as if I did the 15 off the top, and then when I came back, I told a few jokes, and then I stopped and I said I didn't know how much material I was supposed to have, so I got to start retelling jokes, and then I start to tell another joke again. But I'm like terrified that like if I didn't tell the other comics, and if like I don't know the headliner doesn't know me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, what the fuck is going on, man? Especially if I committed to it and I retold like 3 jokes.
Yeah, definitely. They could cut your mic and like run out to the stage and be like, no. I don't know. If you loop everybody in, it could work.
I think it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Aside from...
if I did something small, maybe like Candy Crush, and I opened with the kid, and then so I passed my grandmother, and I didn't finish it.
Honestly, if I was you, just to make it less of a risk, just save it for like the very end. Do a little bit more, and then like at the end, start like, you know what I mean? Start doing that, launching into that bit. But then you don't have to go as long. You can just be like, oh, never mind. Here's this guy. You know what I mean? Because then you would have an easy out. You'd be like, all right, fuck it. Here's this guy. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
But my thoughts was that I would say, okay, I'm just fucking around with you, and then go into
true. Because then they'd at least get closure.
Because then they would be like, wait, does that guy really not know? And then I might not get booked again.
I like that.
He just forgot. He didn't know how.
What if you tell Steve? You can tell Steve. That could help you. I think it could work. I think it's a funny concept, but you'd have to do it right.
Oh,
careful!
What are you doing, man?
I went to scratch my head and I fucking smack the mic.
Just fucking.
Just swinging my big dick around.
Just beating the fucking mic.
How many people do you suppose have done jokes about how microphones are like dicks?
Probably a lot.
That's,
All of them?
That's
All
every
of the
single
people?
one ever.
Yeah. That's all right, let's see if we can, you know what we're going to do? Let's find out if I can find a top 10 dick is Mike jokes.
Oh.
Mike is dick, not dick is
It's
Mike.
I know I was gonna get all
Just
like,
talk into it.
like Letterman up in here. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Hot top
Very,
tens.
very serious stuff we're engaging in here.
We got a nice pair of listicles. That's what sells.
BuzzFeed definitely has an article on this.
You go check fucking What Culture or
What culture?
like Watch Mojo or some shit.
Jesus.
I went to
Now this.
And now for another crazy top 10 John Wick kills.
That would be a dope list, though. I would watch that.
Yeah, actually, I could probably list that out.
yeah, it doesn't matter. I was trying to find a video and I was like, maybe we can listen to some dick jokes.
Number 5, that scene where he shoots the guy in the face and he brings the gun down and he shoots the guy in the midsection and then he throws the guy into another guy and shoots that guy in the face.
All of them. All of the scenes
Oh yeah,
deserve to be in the top 10.
the whole goddamn movie.
It's insane.
Actually, that fucking gunfight with Common,
Mm.
like that stealth one in the subway station.
Yeah.
like that was no common gunfight.
Oh my. Oh
Kill
my
yourself,
Jesus
Brian.
Christ.
Jesus.
I made like 6 memes after I saw that movie.
Did you? Nice.
I had this one where like took this fucking stock image of like a little girl getting her temperature taken, and I just put Common's face on her, and, like the common cold.
Oh, no.
Stupid. Like one where like a guy's holding a door open for like some chick, Common's face, common courtesy, and he's like, "Here you go." It's the dumbest shit.
No,
ever.
it's great.
It's the lowest form of comedy.
You know, Dan McCarthy would be pissed.
My mad memeing skills.
No. Let's go.
Fucking God.
I wanted to try that. Memeing seems like a good way to write jokes. I was gonna do that. I was gonna make a meme page and like make one a day, and I was like, wait, that's way more effort than it's worth.
Well, it's fun to fuck around with. Like that's you get like it's so easy to get those programs now too. Like you get them for your
Yeah,
phone.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
where I make most of mine.
Yeah.
Like sitting around on my break.
biggest thing is that like it's so easy for people to steal.
Oh yeah,
memes,
definitely.
you
There's
know
no
what I mean?
money in it. It's just a
You make a meme like this. Not
Something to
it's
do.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of like putting your joke out on Twitter, right? Like before you're famous.
Yeah, but I mean, you could at least you have a timestamp with Twitter.
Yeah, you don't really have a timestamp with a
You
meme.
kind
yeah.
of could if you posted it to Facebook. They might be able to be like, okay, it was posted here 7 minutes before you posted it.
Mm.
But like, it seems like there's more work into.
I bet you there's
Sticking
got to be
that
a
up.
lot of stealing off Twitter. Like remember like a couple years ago, Conan, his team anyway, got in trouble for stealing Twitter jokes, and
Yeah.
I bet you it happens so fucking much. It must.
I wonder where that went actually, because I remember hearing about that. Like, there's a lawsuit coming up, but
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it
settled at a court. I don't know, but 99% of the time that's what happens.
there's like this old trick that I don't know if it works, but like older comedians will tell you just mail the joke to yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that would work.
Well, I mean, it could, but you'd have to mail so much shit to yourself. Like,
Yeah, true.
it's fuck. That'd be impossible.
Like physically mail it so that it's.
Yeah, like it's sent to you. It's like signed, stamped, all that shit.
Yeah, because the postage stamp.
Yeah, but they don't.
That's how
Oh,
people
if
used to
it's-
do it back in the day.
Oh, as long as you don't open it up again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What if you mailed it to yourself and then you? Oh, I got a letter. You opened it up.
It's in your exact handwriting. Like, my twin. Ah!
I wonder what I said to myself.
Throw
This
it.
is some fucking lake.
throw it.
What is it? House by the lake or whatever the fuck. that
Throw
one-
out the secret window.
That's
Yeah,
like
no,
what
that's
It's
that's
like
the Johnny
that. Yeah,
Depp
it's like
one.
that.
Yeah.
that's what people did before there were cell phones. Like back in the day when they were drunk, they're just writing letters to their ex. Like, dearest Matilda, I beg thee, take me back.
That'd be great. It would be so much harder to send it. You would stop yourself way more often. Like, I gotta seal this envelope and take it out to the end of the driveway.
Get thee from thine mailbox, Michelson. You're better than her.
I'm out of stamps. I gotta go fucking around the corner to get those.
Yeah. I ain't got no time for this. Fuck her.
Oh, I'm out of ink too. And, I can't find my feather.
My quill's busted. Pray thee I can borrow a quill so that
Man.
I might write my true love a
That
letter.
sounds like a great time because there would be so much less, so many fewer poor decisions. There.
You imagine like getting a letter, in the, like some chick getting a letter in the mail. She opens it up and it says "you up."
It's just a picture of his dick, a painting. That'd be great. Back in the painting day, you could totally just lie. Yeah, that's it.
I had this commission for you.
Michelangelo painted it across the Sistine Chapel earlier. I got him to do a reprint for you.
So Michelangelo's David is just like an early dick pic.
Yep. That's it. We've got to the bottom of everything here.
It was a super impressive dick pic. Ever seen that? I was like, why would you do that? That's why I don't send dick pics.
Hard as granite.
Did you ever see what was it? It was some movie. Oh, I think it was what's it? The Goonies.
Yeah.
The little statue.
Um,
And they they break the dick off. And they're like, oh, they're trying to put it back on. And he's like, no,
was
it
that
doesn't
the
go
Goonies?
Like that.
I remember
think it was
that,
like,
but
no, it doesn't go like that. If it was like that, you piss in your face or something like that.
I don't remember that at all.
The dick face. I think that was on the Goonies. Maybe. Who knows?
They're trying to put together like one of those angel fucking. You know what I mean?
it makes sense that it's in that movie. That movie's fuck. When you look back on that, like, hey, let's do the truffle shuffle, and he's like, "Yeah. Hey, you guys."
Fuck. I haven't seen that since like real young. I don't remember a fucking lick of it except that fucking creepy ass kid in the basement.
Whatever happened to that Asian kid? You know, the one that like that in that Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. You know the Dr. Ken? That's him.
No shit.
Yeah. I'm not kidding you.
Are you fucking
Yeah,
serious?
the guy from The Hangover, you know.
That's
Same guy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I know it's not.
Here.
Oh! Screen door! Mikey! The screen door! Hey! I bet you guys thought I was gonna drop it, huh? I know you would think that from good old Chuck. You idiot! Oh, look! It's not broken! It's perfect, huh? It's perfect. Oh my God! What? That's my mom's most favorite piece! What? Oh my God! Look, how's that? How's that? Oh, you idiot! You put it on upside down!
Dork, if God meant to do it that way, he'd all be pissing in your faces.
Looks fine to me.
Isn't the Feld dog in that too? Corey Feldman.
The film. Like everybody's gonna know what that
Yeah.
is.
You know what he gets up to now?
He gets raped by fucking people. That's what happens.
Well, there was that too.
Kevin
Yeah. but-
Spacey did Kevin Spacey rape him? Was that what happened?
I don't remember the names. I remember the controversy around it because I listened to this other radio show, The Bonfire, Dan Soder and Big J, and like they laser focused on his shit for a while because it's like he's doing this thing where he's touring with what looks like a bunch of like girls that he keeps chained in his basement and forces them to dress like
What?
angels, and like yeah, I remember that whole thing where like he was gonna give up the names, but he wanted like $7 million before he would do it.
He's just so hurting for money.
There's apparently the Soda Club that him and the other Corey,
The other one, I know who you're talking about. It doesn't matter.
the two Corys will say.
Yeah.
Corey.
Corey 1 and Corey 2.
Apparently, they
Corey Matthews.
Corey. They got a finger up the bum
no,
at
it's-
some Soda Club or something.
It's the dead Corey. That's what we'll say. The dead one.
I'm gonna be up all night thinking what that
Do you
guy's
remember
name.
Corey that's dead? I'll just put the dead Corey that's not Corey.
Corey that is no longer with us. Pour one out for
Yeah.
Corey.
Speaking of Corey.
It's all way over my head.
Oh, man. God damn it. I'm just going to type in dead Corey and see what happens. Famous dead Corys.
Top 10 famous dead Corys.
Imagine he's not in the top 10.
There's just so many Corys.
Crushing.
No, this is the guy from Glee. Corey.
Is that the guy that was a pederast?
A pederast? What does that mean?
It's a pedophile.
Is it the same thing?
Corey Haim.
Another way of saying Corey Haim, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
The two Corys.
Well, you see, Sam, what a pederast is.
See, it was. We got that wrong, but they were on the two Corys.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and
So one of them's
Corey
dead and
Feldman,
one of
Corey
them's trying to sell his secrets for millions of dollars.
yeah, he's a little fucking nuts.
It seems a little bit.
And it's very possible that Michael Jackson could have put a finger up his bum too, but
God, I can't wait to get
not,
famous.
Not the white glove though. You would have saw the stain. Well, it's not really, I guess, a white glove. It's a sparkly.
Yeah, it's got rhinestones and shit.
Yeah.
Those
Ribbed
are
for
easy.
his pleasure.
It's a little rocky. Rocky road.
Ooh.
Extra chocolate. I'm talking about shit.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Explaining jokes. Those are the best ones.
Everybody
A joke's only
loves
good
that.
if you explain it.
I think that character would be hilarious.
That could do it.
Especially
That could be a
if you
bit
did
there.
that, if you tell a joke and it doesn't go how you want it to go, that's when you just bring out that voice.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, just like you see what the punchline meant there. I kind of like that uncomfortable silence bit a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like that was really one of the only like few things that worked. Just staring at them and making. Although that's what that guy fucking threw back in my face too.
Yeah.
He's like, "How about we have another uncomfortable silence?"
Oh shit.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
that-
I don't
what
know
did
how to
he-
respond to hecklers like that.
And he said something about the blowjob and the Boston cream.
Yeah, he's like,
It's the same thing, isn't it?
and I'm like, once her as a donut, he's like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "Fuck off."
that guy was fun.
Yeah.
You broke character, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, that was thank you to that guy. His name's probably Corey.
Yeah, I wish he was a dead Corey.
Number 6 with a bullet.
You
On
never
our
know.
top
I
10
mean, the
decor.
night was still young at that point. We can hope.
Well, he probably is. He's dead in a quarry.
Corey and a Corey. It's like a show that would have been on Nickelodeon in the 90s.
That's why it's not dead Corey in a quarry.
Corey found a genie in the bottom of a quarry. And now he lives with his wacky parents.
You missed your calling, man. You should have been on Nickelodeon for sure.
Just like a Nickelodeon executive.
Let's do it, man. We'll
Make a cartoon.
We'll do some voice acting, and we'll make the cartoon.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
It'll just be sock puppets, though, because I don't know how to do animation.
Guys, I'm a really good drawer. I got this. Don't worry about it. I'll do the...
Would it be? Let's do. I think sock puppets would be better.
I honestly think that my drawings would be way better.
I feel like we should have Sam audition his drawings.
All right. It's going to happen.
Can you actually draw?
No.
Oh, I was excited.
Oh,
No, I can't draw.
you see, that was a bit.
I can really... It was a bad one.
What
'cause
a
it
bit
didn't really have
what a bit is
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
there we go. All that equipment. It's all stacked neatly in a row.
Yeah.
Except
Spent
this,
a lot of
It's
money.
also
there.
got. There's also a bare foot on it.
except for this like green
You need to
lead
keep it
that
there.
Sam's got, making him look like Agent Cody Banks.
I'm getting very important messages. I'm being fed lines through this the whole time. I actually have John Forward on the phone going through this thing.
Oh, it's not John Nesbitt. I guess he has to have a Wi-Fi to be able to remotely talk to you.
He couldn't Skype in.
He's got his like tinfoil hat tuned to the right frequency.
And we don't have windows for him to tap on.
Come on, Sam.
Oh my god. We gotta bring him on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll call this podcast John Nesbitt Takes a Beating.
Yeah. Oh, no, I still think we should go with Mike McDonald. Something about Mike McDonald.
Yeah, you just want the clicks, don't you?
Don't we all? Don't we
Yeah.
all?
That's true.
All right, we should wrap this shit up. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we start doing
this
plugs?
is a short one.
Well, we're an hour 15.
Yeah, but I think we did like 15 minutes of nothing.
Oh, that's right.
beforehand.
You're right.
Oh,
So
we
we're
need
not at an hour and 15.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes.
probably.
Oh, you know, Stephen Hawking died.
This is just about people that died now.
Yeah.
A very one-track mind.
I wrote a joke about it, and then I forgot to do it at the R bar.
You son
What
of
was
a
that
bitch.
joke?
It was, I don't even know if I have it memorized, but you'd think I'd have it memorized considering I reference a quote that he says and say that it's my favorite quote.
If you have a joke about me, I would sure like to hear it.
And then me and Steve were kind of workshopping them.
That can be your other
Steve
fucking.
Fudge.
That can be your other voice.
Stephen
Except you have to collapse to the floor when you do it. You just fall over, bandy
Just-
legs.
Just come out in like a chair, like an office chair, with like a calculator strapped.
I think you could do it. I think
Now
you
that
could
that hack has gone and died, it is all about me. I am the greatest astrophysicist in this town.
In all of St. John, I believe it.
I know this because I know what astrophysicist means.
No, you don't.
It's a physicist of the Astros. Like,
Oh, wow, look at him.
What about what's an astrophysicist?
he's a physicist, frizzy hair, nappy hair. I don't know. Oh shit! I shouldn't have said that.
Hey, man,
Oh, here
there's
it is,
definitely
right
some
here.
studies, you know. Maybe he works for Pantene or something, you know.
That's what it is.
Fructis.
Here's
I don't
my-
know.
my-
Maybe
I
he's
don't know
born
shampoo.
with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Here's my. Maybe you guys can workshop this with me.
All right.
This is my Stephen Hawking joke, and I haven't completely figured out how I want to do the punch, but is this closer to my face?
Bring it closer to your face.
Bring it a
I
little
was basically
closer.
going to say Stephen Hawking died the other day, and I don't really know the basis, blah 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 blah, but he does have one of my favorite quotes, which is, "Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet, unless you're Stephen Hawking." So then just look like right there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. Although I almost think you should do the Stephen Hawking voice.
Well, especially for the punch, I think.
Yeah.
Then just look there, or something like that.
Then just look ahead of you, because you do not have another choice to do so. Because your head is tilted always to the right. A lot like Dan McCarthy.
Oh man.
Basically, what we're saying is that Dan McCarthy is the Stephen Hawking of St. John comedy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're both. They both have like tilted heads.
Like, yeah, I'll make that comparison. I got nothing to back it up. Unequivocally.
Nobody asked you to back it up.
Like, everything I believe, I just believe that much.
No, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm surprised that Stephen Hawking didn't die 100 years ago. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so sad." No, it's not. I'm sure that he wished he died like 80 years ago. It's been a long time.
That's a tough call.
It's a long
Yeah.
time.
I would, but I'm a piece of shit. He's got something to offer, so maybe not.
It's been a long time since he was that boy from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
All right, I like that, yeah.
What's it called?
Eddie Redmayne.
Or the transgender lady in that movie also. Was there another movie where he played a transgender? He had like
don't
3
know.
movies, boom, 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 where he was like up for like best Oscar, and then I don't know what he did.
I just know,
Or best actor.
well, I guess I know of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but he was in that. Eddie Raymond?
Redmayne?
Rayman?
Redman.
Rainman.
What?
Eddie Rayman.
Sup? I'm Stephen motherfucking Hawking. Wu-Tang.
I'd watch that movie.
I was thinking Rain Man like Dustin Hoffman.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, very good. Lots of stars, many stars. All the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That should be a set. You just count.
Well, now I'm just giving up my Mike Dambra set. I'm so sorry, Julie.
Oh, the Danish girl.
You're not though.
He played a woman in the Danish girl, Lily.
The Danish girl.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
big
that's a
hit.
hot Marvel joint.
Yeah.
He-
Or Will Smith was.
God,
leading
God
that.
so loves when women feed him Danishes.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah,
That's
you knocking
it, that's
Danishes? Like,
That's a.
like, what's the joke here? Is it that I'm fat or that I'll eat anything? Oh, yeah. Hey,
You'd eat her Danish.
Danny with an eye.
Oh my god.
We'll play that any way we want it.
So this is actually a transgender actor, or is it a person who just
No, he's
got
a-
a transgender role?
I like that knowing look too, because he just knows he's gonna get fucked.
Okay.
He's a dude. Yeah,
I don't know what that movie's about, but I'm pretty sure that
I'm assuming he plays
yeah.
a Danish girl. That's all.
A Danish girl.
Yeah, I want to see a movie where he plays the Danish girl and Jared Leto plays a transgendered with AIDS, and they do a porno. That's,
Chaplin. Who
Is that
wouldn't
your
wanna see
dream?
that?
You've been writing that?
Yeah. I reached out to Jared Leto 7 times, and no such luck.
That's definitely how Matt types.
Like, yes, I have AIDS, but I will make love to you anyway.
No, that's yeah. Eddie Raymond, whatever the fuck his name is, he does the Stephen Hawking voice while he's the Danish woman, fucking Jared Leto with AIDS.
Good.
But it's transgender Jared Leto with AIDS.
Oh, Jesus.
So they're both transgenders?
With the makeup of the Joker. not the makeup with the grills and the weird fucking tattoos.
Man, this is a real complex role.
I want to watch this movie. What are we talking about
It's
here?
the Suicide
Red Man's playing fucking Stephen Hawking.
It's Suicide Squad 2.
Yo, bitch.
All right, so
I want to find out the theoretical physics of that ass.
So, black Stephen Hawking, a transgender woman, and AIDSy Jared Leto.
Like, Red Man's just
Make
still
a
sitting there
porn?
like this.
Like, I just don't. What are you describing to me here? Like, what is this?
Who said black Stephen Hawking?
Well, Red
What are you
Man.
interested
The
Red Man
best
is-
picture of
No,
2020.
No, we're talking about the Eddie Raymond dude. or whatever
Man,
the fuck
I
his
don't-
name is.
Every time you say, I'm just your Red Man.
I'm lost.
What's his fucking name?
This sounds like a
Ed-
hell of
Eddie
an orgy,
Redmayne?
though.
Yeah, that's it. Eddie Redmayne or whatever the fuck it's called.
Like Eddie Method Man. Yo, we going back to school. We going to Oxford and shit.
Oh man, that's
Sounds like a great fucking movie, though. That's
that's
really
Hey,
To cow.
sounds like a lot of fun.
Harvey Weinstein, if you're looking for work,
He'll do anything.
I have great ideas.
Start a movie studio with Harvey Weinstein and,
And
Matt's
I'm-
basement.
I'm probably good at blowjobs.
Hey man, you gotta start somewhere. He's got.
I'm probably good at blowjobs, and I won't complain about them.
Yeah, it used to be like you had to have one night with Harvey. Now Harvey has to have one night with you.
Yeah.
You're in control now.
Get on my casting couch, you giant potato-looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Seriously, he looks like Mr. Peanut, but with like a fat fucking.
He's one of the 3 peanuts, you know, when they get fucking when there's too many in there. That's what he is. He's Mr. Peanut, but there's an extra peanut right in the middle.
What are you talking about?
You said he looks like Mr. Peanut.
Oh, like when there's like a third peanut, like a
Yeah.
surprise peanut.
Yeah, the surprise peanut in the middle. That's what he's got. He's the surprise peanut.
Make a wish.
We're really making light
No,
of
it's-
Andrew Weinstein
Andrew-
right now.
Andrew Weinstein.
Jesus Christ.
You know, Andy
There's
Weinstein.
too many fucking Weinsteins in my Weinsteins and Weinsteins in my
Well,
life
it's
right now. I can't
Weinstein.
fucking.
You finally pronounced the last name right. You just
I fuck.
blamed it on some other fucking Weinstein. Not all Weinsteins rape people.
It seems like they do.
That's in their like family crest. It's like L coitus rapist.
Fucking Andy's getting all
Coitus
handy Weinstein.
rapist.
I don't know Latin.
Those were.
I went to community college.
No, I'm saying that's pretty fucking good. Coitus has to be Latin. If it's not Latin, the fuck out of my face.
It's in the Bible.
It's gotta be.
What's in the Bible? Who's in the Bible?
Coitus.
Just a lot of fucking.
Fucking and sawing children in half.
That sounds like a movie.
I was gonna say that sounds like Now You See Me or something.
Maybe you and I both saw different versions of Now You See Me. Actually, I don't think I saw that.
No, it's in the past tense. It's Now You Saw Me.
Oh! Do you want to play a game? Pick a card.
That's our. This is pitch movies to people that that you pitch movies to. That's what this one's called. So this is when Saw and Harry Potter meet. That movie. Now You See Me. Woody Harrelson.
We got like Red Man as Stephen Hawking, and Method Man is like Dr. Carl Sagan. Pale blue dot, bitch.
But I want if we're getting instead of Jared Leto Joker fucking AIDS baby, I want Heath Ledger, dead Heath Ledger Joker.
Well, just like Weekend at Bernie's, or like
There we go, perfect.
So, there's like 3 people moving him with sticks. Like, let's put a smile on that face. He's got like sunglasses and shit.
Fucking.
Set him up for the skateboard scene.
His arm fucking falls off.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Holy fuck! Oh,
That's a voice acting role for you.
Oh.
Want to see a magic trick? That's more of a penguin than a fucking.
See?
Did you see fucking I watched this the other Tommy Wiseau or whatever the fuck his name is. His Joker audition.
Oh yeah, that was
my
horrifying.
God, that was so bad. And then did you notice that his face looks like the Joker face without makeup?
Yeah.
That one scene where he's dressed as the nurse.
Yeah. That's horrifying.
Fuck yeah, his lips go like.
It looks like he's got that scar on it. Like his,
Oh, I don't know if you saw this. He had this commercial. It's mentioned in the book for the Disaster Artist, but he owned this like random jean store in San Francisco that he made a commercial for as part of his bio.
To be or not to be? That is the question. The answer to be at Street Fashion. Be there for Levi's jeans. Street Fashions has the best prices, the best quality, and the best selection of Levi's jeans anywhere. Be who you want to be in Levi's jeans from Street Fashions. To be or not to be? Who do you want to be?
It's the dumbest shit ever. It's
God.
glorious.
It's so interesting that he's like, I mean, that movie was like over a decade ago, right? And
Yeah.
now he gets this big fucking resurgence from this.
Well-
Man, he's got to be, I mean, he must have been independently wealthy anyway, but he's got to be fucking balling
There's
right
some
now.
question
James
to where that
Franco.
money came from.
Yeah, I fucking bet. A fucking weirdo like that.
Oh man, did you know that? Oh fuck.
Careful now.
Yeah. Give it to me.
There's Mark fucking. Oh Jesus Christ, Mark DeBonis. He's a comic from Toronto. He just moved to L.A. and his apartment is the apartment that they filmed.
No, it's not.
Yeah. They were like, there was a picture of him up on the roof, and someone made a comment about a green screen. And he said, "No." He's like, "We're just going to use a green screen on the floor. That way we can look. It can look like we're walking on whatever we want to walk on."
Was that kid that played Denny like just show up randomly, watch him have sex with his wife?
Get out of here.
I just want to stay and see. Oh, you guys are no fun.
That's such a fucking
Haha, Denny, you so silly.
Oh my god.
such a weird fucking movie, man.
Great story, Mark.
I always think like I want to do everything DIY and like fucking do everything myself, but then that's what happens when you do that. Like
Yeah.
when you have complete creative control.
How could you do this?
Depends on what kind of man you are, or whether or not you're human, or like you watch humans interact and you want to recreate what you saw. That's what The Room is.
It's like it's like an alien watched humans and was like, well, this seems like what they do.
The guys, they just throw a football back and forth
On the fucking roof, like this is normal.
at a wedding.
Yeah, and obviously he doesn't know how to throw one either, so it's extra funny.
You know the best scene in that movie though? Oh my god.
Jesus, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Best
can't
scene,
knock it. That's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
the best scene is when he goes to the flower shop. Not because like the flower shop part's brilliant, but like the fucking full 5 seconds of him parallel parking.
Yeah.
Flower shop. Like every frame is sacred. We can't cut anything.
Everything with him in it anyway. Imagine there are like 20 other characters. He wasn't even the main character. He's like, nah, this is the movie right here.
It's all
But that
about
doesn't even
Johnny.
make any sense.
Oh, and the mother-in-law. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
It turns out I have breast cancer. Like,
is- Never address that again.
What a movie.
What a.
I gotta watch this. I haven't seen The Disaster Artist
Yeah,
yet.
same. I didn't realize that it was out. I'll have to buy that legally.
yeah.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get stuff.
Yeah.
I was just gonna stream it illegally, but
Whoa! Can we bleep that out or?
Yeah, we're just gonna beep out when you say stream.
okay. Just illegally.
I'm gonna
But
beep
not-
that illegally. Like
But not when I said stream.
nothing, just the one time.
I'm gonna watch it when it comes out on Netflix Canada. Which, by the way, if you're looking for a new show, Hard Times in the Marathon. We're totally Netflix worthy.
You can be
Yeah.
honest.
You ever seen like a? I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna say anything.
About what?
I'm gonna be nice.
I want
But what,
I want to
man?
hear it now. I don't like Matt being
Now,
nice.
now you
Ugh.
got built up too much.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say.
I'm all horny for some anger. Like, let's go. What do you hate? Tell me.
It's like Trailer Park Boys and fucking Letterkenny got together and had a baby, but then they found out that they were brother and sister, and the baby was born retarded.
Yep.
That's hard. That's a hard time.
I was gonna protest a little bit, but that actually, like when you bring it all in like that. Although I kind of find that to be a bit of a plus too, because like what I like about it so much is just like the manicness of it, like just the fucking chaos.
Mhm.
Every plot is just completely overblown and it's great. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Matt Copeland's mind, but he is a monster of a man.
He's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I filmed one scene for season 2 where I play a homeless guy.
Nice.
Yeah, and me and Mark Splood have a little scene together, but I've heard some good things about future scenes that I can't say publicly. But
Nice.
I think it'll be funny.
Yeah, we
That
got
was in the
a
first episode. Big balling right there.
I was driving to. Maybe I was. I don't. At some point, I was talking to Dan McCarthy, whether we were driving or whether we were just at a show, but he was just saying how you couldn't have picked 2 better people to play welfare bums than you and Adam Landry.
Of course. Of course.
Like it looks like someone was just filming actual welfare bums.
The costume design is just immaculate in this show, I gotta tell you.
real authentic St. John.
You were like, what do I need to wear? Should I buy an outfit or no? Just whatever.
wear what you wear.
Whatever you have in your dresser will probably be.
That is what he said too. He didn't say it. Just wear what you wear. I was like, okay.
He down tells me like what shirt specifically. He's like, make sure you got Maynard's striped shirt.
Yeah. Well, what he was gonna have me back for like some extra scene in the first season, like a while back. We never did it, but he was like, yeah, you got to wear the same thing. I was like, fuck, because I had already destroyed that shit.
And then you had cut your hair, and you're like, man, what the fuck? You look less welfare-y. Like,
It's okay. I'm back.
What kind of welfare? What kind of welfare bum spends his money on a haircut?
That's why I got cut from the first season. He's like, you can't come back.
You
I'll come back in the 4th season, like a reformed, like former alcoholic, fucking. You know what I mean? Come back with my Bible.
Your hair
I'll be
looks
all
the
right.
same, but you're like 80 pounds heavier.
Turns out, cocaine does make you lighter.
So the cocaine, it was icing sugar all along.
Fucking just rails of icing sugar. That's
Oh,
chase it down with a fucking cupcake.
Yes.
Like a big pile of it. Your fucking Scarface baking.
Shooting eggnog.
You want a big tough? Okay. That was
I
the
like how you got a
worst.
Chicago voice for it for some reason.
Yeah, you want to?
You want to get tough
It
with
sounded
me?
like your shitty character trying to do a Scarface impression.
Yeah, kill communists for fun. See, Rabenga. Oh, fuck. How often do you get to yell Rabenga into a microphone?
Never.
Yeah,
I haven't.
not
I've
enough.
never said that word ever, even not in a microphone.
Just that one scene in Scarface at the beginning, like it's the name of the communist he's contracted. It's the name of the communist he's contracted to kill, so he can get the green card, so he can start his criminal empire.
See, that
What a
is
great
perfect.
movie.
That's what you should do. Anytime you tell a joke that doesn't get what you think it deserves to get, just pull that voice out and explain what you just said.
You see, this is what you missed. Comedy 101.
You're just basically what you're doing is you're reading like this the footnotes. You're doing your set and then you have like the little asterisks next to it, and then at the very bottom you go back and you just like explain what that meant. If you tell a word that you're not sure if they know what the word means, you just give it straight from the definition.
Actually,
Or just from the dictionary definition.
I think that would work with the morgue joke better if I tell him my regular voice, and at the end I'm like, you see, I made you think there that it wasn't really about having sex with dead people. That I just wanted, but I brought it right back there, and I don't know if you caught that.
This is what we call in comedy misdirection.
I'm like, look over here for a second. No, we're back over here now.
I like the way you said that.
I'm over here now.
Oh fuck.
All right. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I think that's probably good. We should just plug some
Let's do
shit.
our goddamn plugs. God,
Plug some
What
shit.
you got? What you got coming up?
Well, on next Friday, actually, I got a guest spot up at Yucks, so I'll be doing that. On the 30th and the 31st, I'll be at Chuckles opening for the Mike Dambra with Andrew and Mark Splood. So that's going to be a hell of a show.
Andrew who?
Andrew and Mark Split.
Yeah.
Andrew who?
Andrew Vaughn.
Oh,
Andrew
okay.
Vaughn, yeah, sorry.
Is Andrew,
AV
Andrew,
comedy.
is Andrew hosting?
Yeah, actually,
That sounds
he
accurate.
is.
He's a
yeah.
good host.
No,
I mean, he's a good comic.
Yeah, he's a hell of a
But-
comic. I can't wait to
Yeah.
work with him. I'm sorry I forgot your last name, man, but
Oh, you forgot it.
I'm just no. I. You ever hear about when I blanked on Dan
Yeah, I was
McCarthy's
gonna say
name?
this is Dan McCarthy all over again.
Yeah, exactly. No, I just shit with names.
Dan McCarthy and Ron Vaudry and Andrew Vaughn. They're all the
Anyone
same
I ever
people.
know, they're all just shit to me.
They're all the same people.
See, that's good. If you get that information out there in the world, though, you won't get hosting gigs and you can just perform.
Fucking peons.
Hey man, take whatever gigs.
No,
they give
absolutely.
you.
But I would rather just do a set than. Then again, there's something about people remembering you more if you're a host. I'm not knocking being a host. It's just that's my preference to not host.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of hosting.
Especially if you're
personally,
dog shit with names and everybody knows it. They'll be like, maybe not him.
Yeah.
but- we got that, and there's the millennial shows coming up too.
Yeah, we got those coming up in April, which is closer than it seems. But Friday the 13th, we're gonna be in hell.
Hell yeah, man.
I
That's
love
great.
being in hell.
Oh, that's that word. I didn't even think of that. Like that is Friday the 13th that month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's fucking brilliant.
This is so good. Yeah, it's gonna be a great show, man. That place is they're still full every fucking night, and that's good. We're a little ways into the the grand opening is well in the rearview mirror, and
Yeah.
it's still going.
It's a
Yeah,
hell of a club
that's
too.
It's a small small thing
beautiful-
though, right?
Yeah.
So like it's not a fucking it's not the
I like
R
that it's
bar.
deep though. It's narrow and deep, and I
Yeah,
think that's
so it
perfect for a
feels
comedy
bigger.
room. Everything is packed in.
It's got that
good.
Wilsers kind of long.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, just like Wilsers.
It's got kind of a Twin Peaks vibe to it. It's kind of like the Bang Bang Room mixed with the the Black Lodge a little bit.
I know what you're talking about. Not in approval.
None of your listeners will know what I'm talking about either.
I'm sorry. I'm culturally retarded. It's the terminology I've come up with.
It's not just culturally, but
Yeah,
I'll
well,
take it.
regular.
Yeah,
Well,
just regular, extra crispy retarded.
Yeah.
It's back.
Oh, it should be, as it should be.
It's like the double down of retarded.
That's this
nothing but
podcast,
meat.
really.
Two retarded people with a slightly less retarded person in the middle.
Oh, Matt, you're really propping yourself up here.
And on that note, I'm also opening for James Mullinger back home on April 6th.
Nice.
Well, on that note, on the note of retarded, I'm opening up for.
That's what we call a poor segue. It really didn't work, and it probably made an impression that I didn't mean to make.
I misspoke. That's when you
See
say
you-
a thing.
So who's at Yucks this weekend?
Sorry?
Who's at Yucks this weekend?
I should look that up.
So you got to guess why you don't even know who's headlining it.
I just threw it out to Steve because I wanted to like, and like, it was before what happened last night. I'm like, I've been working on this thing. I was really excited for you to see it, but you left early. And he's like, oh, I can't wait. And like, I bombed last night, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh fuck. All right. So you got a guest spot on Friday night. What's the date?
Friday the.
I don't know what today is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
The 24th or something like that.
The 24th or something like
23rd.
that. The 23rd, yeah.
Yeah. So Friday the 23rd, you're at Yucks, 8 p.m. showtime. And then you said the weekend of the 30th and the 31st.
That'll be
Chuckles. Chuckles Comedy Club opening for Mike Dambra.
who I haven't seen yet, but I've been dying to see.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not even my thing. Like crowd work shit like that isn't really my thing, but he is a master of it. Like
Oh, I can't
no
wait, man.
deny.
What do you got coming up, Sam?
The Friday the 13th in hell, Friday the 14th in
Saturday the 14th.
In heaven.
in heaven,
Friday
up at Wilson's room.
Saturday
up in
the 14th. Yeah.
Saturday. What did I say?
You said Friday the 13th and Friday the
Oh
14th.
fuck, man. 3/4 of this bottle
Friday
of
never
sparkling
ends.
wine.
And
Friday.
then-
Oh, no, Phil Smith
And
definitely
then
just
Friday
put
the
this on his head.
15th.
Gotta get up, eat my cereal.
Friday the 15th is
Yeah.
gonna be we're gonna be in
Yeah.
I don't know, purgatory.
We
I
got,
guess.
we,
I
got,
don't know.
we got set list on Sunday.
Yeah, I got set list. I'm actually gonna be there this time. Thank
the
God.
25th, Sunday the 25th.
And I got
Back
the
in McGill's.
28th. I'm at Amateur Night at Yuck Yucks, which thank God. I hate that I had to pass up a different show to get it, but yeah.
What'd you pass
Precedent. Mary's show and Freddie. That Uncorked, is it? What is it? Some wine bar?
No, it's not the wine bar. It's the hipster cafe.
Okay.
I want to do that show,
Court-
but
Court
like
sucks. I
it's
hate
so
that.
early. Like I get off work right when that show starts.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh well.
yeah, hers is.
It's
at-
not. It can't be as good
Hers
as
is
Wilzer's.
at the
Like,
Abbey. It's better.
That's a good-
Do you
I've
really think
actually,
that?
I've only done it.
I
one
love
time.
Wilzer so much that I just like.
I've only done
you
it.
can't
I've only
compete with
done it
that.
one time, so it's at the Abbey. But you get fed and they give you a drink.
Ooh.
That
I like getting
better.
fed.
So yeah, I got
What's this
two,
about being fed?
2 shows for the rest of this month, and that's Yuck Yucks. So that's exciting. And then
What do I got coming up?
back on track after fucking weeks of doing nothing. Oh, it was killing me.
What do I have coming up? I have.
That's right.
That was it. That was it. That was
Yeah,
good.
that's it. If I don't give a shit about you,
If you got more, I don't care. You use up your
depressing
time.
week. I have we got Sammy Boy and I are gonna close out. Fucking what's it called?
The set list.
Set
Last
list.
time I couldn't remember,
Ben,
so I can't
ben,
even. knock you.
Ben McDonald's gonna host. We're gonna close it out together. A little fun with S&M.
Some tasty riffs, man. We're
Yeah.
gonna riff back and
It's
forth.
gonna just be
like,
kind of like this anyway.
like the
except
Rolling Stones, man.
There will be. It'll be honestly the same as this because there'll be nobody laughing except for us. So it's very accurate. We're just gonna do it in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking we have this camera there set up, and then maybe mount my phone,
Mhm.
and then I got a fucking selfie stick. I think it'd be kind of cool if like Ben was holding a selfie
Oh,
stick
okay.
while
Yeah.
he's also got a third mic and feeding us the
I'm down with
premises.
that,
Just
yeah,
that'd be
that'd work.
kind of cool, I think. And then we can just cut those
So
all
many
together.
angles.
So many angles, and then we can just have one other one going in through the window and behind us.
I want to produce that. Can I produce that? I like video. Video's way more fun than audio.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just thinking out loud, but yeah.
Alfred
so
Hitchcock over here.
we got that. And then I have on the 29th is the pop-up show,
Nice.
which is coming up. Buy tickets.
Who's announced so far? You're
So
slowly
far-
unveiling the guests, right?
So far, yeah, we're dropping another name this week, but so far we have revealed Jillian Graves, John Scove Nielsen, and Chris Hovey.
We almost accidentally scooped that John Scove Nielsen reveal.
Oh, you said it on your thing?
Yeah, he mentioned it on the podcast, but we haven't edited it.
Edited
edited it. That's such a weird word. to say.
Edited.
Pete Holmes, man, that's a bit already.
we haven't released that yet.
We
So,
haven't
uh,
edited.
We missed our scoop.
All right, well. Anyways, so those 3 so far. We got the host to publicly reveal and the headliner to publicly reveal. And I will not be at that show because I'm booked at Yucks that weekend.
You're a promoter now. You're setting up shows that you have nothing to do with.
Yeah, just making
How
money off.
unfortunate.
Like, hey, I'm taking potential customers from Yuck Yucks, sending them to my other show so I can get paid.
He's got his hands in all the
Man.
pies.
Yeah, no, I'm not making any money off of the pop-up show.
No.
I just gave up my place.
Oh, okay.
I was
I
going
got
to
you. Yeah,
perform.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just going to go set up the show, and then I'm going to
Go to Yucks.
go do my shit.
I hope that works though. Like that's such a cool concept.
Mhm.
I think that we might change it. I feel like we'll either... I like the idea of changing up of the venue and having it pop up in a different spot.
Yeah.
But I like the location being revealed so that they can help you promote the show. Because I was like, oh, you can't help us because we're not saying what
Yeah.
it is.
Well, you should reveal the place earlier and do the comedians after then. That would
Could
be
do
easy.
that
Flip the
too.
order.
Yeah. Just reveal, boom, this is where it is. They can promote the show, and then we could casually
Yeah.
reveal the comedians,
just
and then
flip it backwards.
the headliner, we drop the headliner named 24 Hours or whatever. That would be maybe a good
That
idea
would
for
be
the
like
next time around.
a leap of faith for this comedy scene though. Like if they I want to see a St. John comedy show and I don't know who's on it.
Yeah.
That would be a big positive if people actually bought tickets.
That's true.
But it's a test, really. That's a test of
Yeah, see how much people want to buy into the mystery of it.
yeah, exactly. Like all they know is it's going to be New Brunswick comedy. That's
Were
it.
you
So,
busting
like,
at the character when you said that, or were you going?
No, that was
he was,
my
he was
regular-
just being thoughtful.
Wait,
Jesus
This
Christ.
is the only voice I have now.
Actually, that's from now on. That's even in regular day to day. You start talking to your kids like that.
It's like, hey guys, what are you doing? Gonna play Lego today?
Oh my God, Dad's a pedophile. Shit.
Let's play some Ninjago. I work at a call center. That'd be terrible. Hey,
No, that would be fun.
the good news is, you don't have cable anymore. The bad news is you're a deadbeat and you never pay your bill.
You should actually talk like that to people.
You can't tell me you don't fuck with your voice
Once-
at work when you work on the phone. You don't play games.
No, well,
At
like-
least once a day, do a different voice for a whole call.
When I work
Or
cashier,
what
I
if
do
you
it all
casually
the time.
change your accent throughout the entire conversation? Like,
well, sometimes, like,
thank you for calling, and then just go super racist, and then change it just periodically throughout the, like you say something, and then they talk, and when then you reply, it's in a different accent.
well, depending on what
See if
market I
they-
get, like,
see if they clue in.
sometimes I'll like pretend I'm like this hardcore right wing Republican. Just like, yeah, I had this one guy, he wanted me to give him Fox News and not CNN.
Just-
and I'm like, if I could get rid of it, I certainly would.
Wear that same T-shirt and just a big fucking red clip-on tie, and that's it. That's your get-up for it. I think it could
Like
work.
a suit jacket.
You'd be like shitty Trump, like just the worst version of him you could possibly be. That'd be good.
I can't even do a proper Trump
No,
impression.
don't do a Trump. That's dead.
Nah.
I just mean like as far as
Actually-
arrogance goes.
You know what? I would actually rather see America like fall into chaos and in decay if it meant that they wouldn't allow another single Trump impression. Like I would. Adam Baldwin should go to the theater.
Adam.
Who dat?
Adam Baldwin. Oh, Alec Baldwin. Fuck. The other one,
I
not
made
the
it
guy
happen.
from
Yeah,
Firefly.
fucked everybody up.
The guy from The Last Ship.
Yeah. Adam Baldwin and who did you say earlier?
Andrew
Oh, fuck.
Weinstein.
Andrew Weinstein and Adam Baldwin are going to partner up and create a movie. It's going to be a Friday the 13th and Friday the 14th sequel
Catch it both days.
with co-starring Jonathan Nesbitt and Annie G.
And Redman is Dr. Stephen Hawking.
I was really worried about that movie for a second. I was like, is this a real thing?
And Gronkowski is also in it.
Just comes in and spikes the fuck.
Just fucking spikes the ball, and then Jared Leto's like, I have AIDS, and then fades to black.
Oh my God, you're so deep.
There's like an after credit scene of like fucking Captain America finding like a gem or something.
Yes. That's the whole movie. It's 10 seconds long, and half of it is the after credit scene.
They always make you wait till the end of the credits.
Literally,
Now.
the movie starts, it rolls in, you have the title, and then boom, spikes the ball. I have AIDS. Fades to black.
Theoretical physics, bitch.
And then it says, starring, lists the names, and then boom, the after credit scene. You're like, wait, why is it listing these names? None of these people were even in the movie. and then it shows the after credit scene. You're like, oh,
Is that Captain
it
America?
was it was foreshadowing that there was going to be other people in the movie.
Stay tuned for part 2 next week.
Coming straight to YouTube. 'Cause that's how hot it is. It's a YouTube original.
We had to pay extra for that.
That's why I like to tell people about Hard Times. I'm like, no, it's a YouTube original. It's...
Like everything else on YouTube. All right, guys.
Unless it's something pirated to YouTube.
Well, that's true, but that gets.
I watch stand up on YouTube sometimes, and I'm like, I don't think this was a YouTube original.
I download that shit and keep it, and the longer it stays on YouTube, I'm just like, damn it.
Hey man, you
All
can
this
watch
time I've been wasting.
you can watch Judge Dredd from the 90s on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's a YouTube staple. It's always there.
Also, Kung Fury. That is a masterpiece of YouTube. Holy shit.
Oh man, that was
Come Fury.
Kung
Triceracop.
Fury.
Oh, Kung.
Kung Fury. Just some guy jerking off angrily. Like,
That's a Pornhub
I
original.
ran.
Yeah, that's the porn. They always have those porn spoofs.
Yeah,
And
oh,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
I saw one with Scooby-Doo that fucked my life up, Jesus. I was too early in my porn
Was
career
it
to...
fucking Daphne fucking a dog?
No! There was a dog though.
Raggy.
Oh my god.
They ate Scooby snacks, which were actually just fucking edibles.
Weed
They
cookies.
got
Yeah.
all fucked up, and then they fucked a dog.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. You could be a porn director too.
It's like a south of the border production. Hey,
Shot
Shaggy.
on location in Tijuana. You know, where the gang always hangs out in Tijuana.
Hey, Thelma, it's time to fuck the dog.
All right, guys, I gotta piss.